Donkey Kong Bananza is finally here. It's been 26 years since we had a 3D Donkey Kong game, and that's why today I'm going to be 100% completing Donkey Kong Bananza. That means I will not only be completing the main storyline, I'll also be collecting all 777 bananas, 696 hidden fossils, 110 musical records, and finishing out the secret hidden post-game and post-game storylines as well. Will I be able to pull it off before I lose my mind? Let's find out, shall we? It's time to return to Monkey.
Okay.
Far off the shores of DK Island, they've banished all the monkeys to work in the mines. But I truly could care less. You all know who I'm here for. Now, according to the world's leading primatologist, it is scientifically proven that Donkey Kong f***ing loves bananas. He can't get enough of them. And wouldn't you know it, just 5 seconds into the game, there is one right there. So the main gimmick of this game is that DK can punch through just about anything. There's buried treasure hidden basically everywhere, and the only way to get it is through violence. And with that, the first Banana DM gem is unlocked. The first of many, that is. In a fit of blind banana-infused passion, I punched my way through the wall, which led us to the much more open banana mining area. My immediate feeling is that it's honestly pretty stressful how much earth I can destroy with the power of my fists alone, but the emotional weight that comes with this amount of strength quickly fades away when I see another banana. That's 2 whole gigantic bananas made of earth. I punched through a pile of dirt and found our third banana of the run. This was a complete accident, but it awakened something dangerous in me. If there are bananas hidden in this easily missable pile of dirt, there could be bananas literally anywhere. And that might be an exciting feeling for some of you, but for me, it just filled me with a sense of paranoia. I felt like I needed to dig anywhere and everywhere to make sure that we weren't missing anything along the way. Thankfully, contrary to the timer on screen, this isn't a speed run because I could very easily get lost in punching these rocks all day. There is something so satisfying about lumbering around as a big old monkey who can just pulverize anything at will. Have a good time beating? It's DK Day. That means we get to beat our with no shame. I made my way up to devour those sweet, sweet bananas when I accidentally broke the universe. Not only did I sink Ingot Isle into the ground, but I brought the sun down from the sky to unleash hellfire and plunge the world into an apocalypse of some sort. I pashed my way through the rubble, trying to escape when I found a couple monkeys struggling to tear down the most easily breakable wall in the game. Step back and observe, boys. All right, the first real area of the game, Ingot Isle. Oh, I'm sure that's nothing. I ran off to meet up with the other monkeys. I also learned a move that lets me rip up the very earth beneath my feet and hit people with it, which also seems pretty useful. But then I found a weird gizmo that I can't break with my fists. But just before I turned the game off and threw my Nintendo Switch 2 into the dumpster behind the Home Depot near my house, I found a big, deep crater. And right in the center, I saw a precious little purple rock stuck in the ground. Look at that. I couldn't help it. Monkey brain took over and I started ripping away at it for a while, and I finally pulled homeboy out, but the little guy got spooked by me and ran around screaming for a bit. After seeing the raw power of DK in this game so far, I can't say that I blame him. It's a bad day to be a rock when DK's around, and if you think that things are different just because he's small and cute, they're not. No, dude, I'm not gonna crush you like I crushed those other millions of rocks so far. I tried to lure him out with a song, but at some point I ended up really warming up to the little guy. Yes, I'm the one who saved you, dude. It loves a good jig. No. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm not looking for a sidekick right now, okay? My last sidekick, you might have heard of him. His name was Diddy. And he's dealing with a whole bunch of other stuff right now. Sorry, buddy. Oh, well, he's on my back now, and that is the one place that my fists can't reach. He wants to come with me, and the game presents me with 2 dialogue options here. Okay and humph. Obviously, I'm going with humph, but the odd rock took that as a yes. Unfortunately, much like the real world, my words are not as powerful as my fists, and I begrudgingly end up taking this little singing rock with me on the adventure. But hey, it ain't all that bad. We've unlocked the ability to use Odd Rock's voice to help us find a way out of this crater. And on top of that, Odd Rock's voice can even break that weird gizmo from before through the power of song and my fists. Perfect. With that out of the way, we can hop hop into the cannon and blast over to the next part of the level. Ba-boom Town! All right, I guess we should take these elevators.
The machine won't give me my juice.
All right, well, what if I fixed it with the power of song? That's disappointing. Looks like the power of song can't solve everything. Plus, we've got way bigger problems to tend to. Ba-boom Town's been burglarized. Yeah, apparently as the sun tore itself from the heavens and Ingot Isle was swallowed whole by the earth, condemned to an eternal abyss, someone also managed to steal all the bananas our little monkey mining crew dug up. And nobody comes between Donkey Kong and his bananas. So we agree to help them get them all back, and we are given our first clue. Go to the top of the banana mine. Along the way, I found the first of many buried treasure chests scattered throughout the game. Treasure? Yeah, it looks to be. Wait, I just... Hold on, let me do that again. The chest gives us some extra gold, which, believe me, we have no shortage of whatsoever after all this digging we've been doing, but collecting even the little things in this game is just so satisfying. Like, look at this! Oh my god. Oh my god, the money. That scratches an itch in my brain I didn't even know was there. But the dopamine fest is quickly interrupted when we find a weird-looking thing atop the summit. I don't know why, but my monkey brain is telling me to beat the piss out of it. Ooh, swag! Oh! Boss fight, anyone? Get the... Well, that was fast. So I finally crack open the big glass dome and it explodes, scattering debris and showering Ingot Isle with hot lava, killing hundreds and leaving thousands more injured. But hey, look! A banana! That was worth it, right? Unfortunately, before I can grab it, it falls into a bottomless pit. Then I got Odd Rock literally being the devil on my shoulder, telling me to jump into the abyss to chase after it. Nice try, Rocky, old boy. I will be punching through rocks instead of this. Thank you very much. Just kidding, I want that banana. And with that, there's no turning back. We've officially begun our journey through the world of Donkey Kong Bananza. Woo! As we plummet to our deaths, we approach what I first thought were the pearly gates of heaven, but it just turned out to be the Lagoon Layer. So just so we're clear, this world is located under Ingot Isle. Don't let the blue sky above us fool you. There is another Earth underneath of the first Earth. Try not to overthink it, okay? As soon as we land, we're treated to another banana. Plus, after eating this banana, we unlocked our first skill point. Now, there's a lot to consider here. Better jumps, more health, the ability to perform a Steph Curry jump shot. It all sounds good, but personally, I prefer punching things. And if there's a way to punch things harder, I want that one. Looks like I can increase my punch power, but it requires 2 skill points. All I've got right now is a measly 1 skill point, so I will be withholding my upgrades for now. Before we delve into the lagoon, we did some light reading at the welcome sign. Outsiders aren't welcome here. These lagoons are just for us scrappy salvagers and no one else. Ah, so they're racist. In a fit of blind rage, I started trying to destroy their home piece by piece when I happened upon a hidden treasure chest. The chest contains a map, which will be super helpful in navigating this massive new area. Also, I just want to say they made this map very satisfying to navigate. Oh, this map is really satisfying to move around. And it was at this point that I found our first fossil. Trade for new fashion items at any style shop. I'm sorry, did you say style shop? Oh, I like where this is going. Next, I talked to one of the local salvager monkeys and we don't take kindly to outsiders. Best get on out of here, you hear? Oh, right, I forgot they're racist. So I promptly rip apart their little hangout spot before I head out. While doing this, I found another treasure chest, which contains a Bananadium map, which gives us little hints at some of the level's more hidden bananas. Make no mistake, I would have flattened this entire island in search of my bananas, but having a map might make this less harmful to the natural ecosystem. I mean, that's not really a huge concern to me. I only really like bananas, but maps like these that we can get from randomly digging up treasure chests as we go through the game will make getting 100% of the collectibles a lot easier. So we move on until we come across this glowing clay, which introduces us to the concept of a boom bomb. We rip off some clay, give it a toss, and Oh my God. Now we are talking. See that wall over there? Boom bomb. See that fossil over there? Boom bomb. See that boom bomb right there? Boom bomb. All right, I'm never mining with my bare hands ever again. Next, I found a little rock guy just minding his own business. Ugh. Oh, nice.
Got him.
Key. After I've rained enough terror and destruction, I get tasked to fix the water shortage. I mean, look, that's more of a climate thing, and I'm just a monkey, but hey, I'll try. Did we fix the water shortage, or I feel like we kind of made the water shortage worse? Am I crazy for thinking that? It was at this point that I found an odd-looking ruin in the ground that seems to have confused the locals. Don't worry, I, as the alpha, shall punch it to figure it out. All right, looks like we found ourselves our first bonus challenge. In this game, there are two types of bonus stages, one being more platforming focused, where you can get up to 3 bananas, and the other being combat focused, like this one, where you can get 1 banana for dispatching the enemies. And in this challenge, it seems like we have to beat up 3 of these guys. Boom, bam, bop! Give me that nana, baby. And that's our first bonus challenge. All right, fine. I'll finally jump down into the massive hole I created earlier just because I know there's a big old banana waiting for me at the bottom. And would you look at that, a skill point. Time for an upgrade. So listen, I know I said I wanted to punch harder, and don't get me wrong, I still do, but since then, I've matured as a gamer. I want more punch power, but do I need it? These are questions you need to ask yourself sometimes. The reasonable choice here would be to use my points to upgrade the sonar power so we can collect as much as possible as we go through the game. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you about the sonar power. So the sonar power is basically an ability that you can use to send out a pulse that detects any collectibles in the area. I'm talking chests, I'm talking fossils, and yes, I'm even talking bananas. You can see where they are relative to you in a short radius, and this upgrade allows us to see where they are in a wider radius. And so yeah, I ended up going with that option because I have a problem. And now I can see items through walls from further away. And while taking a brief look around the area, it's really beginning to set in for me just how overwhelmingly massive this world is. It sort of ended up paralyzing me with fear. So I went back up to the previous sublayer to do a bit of exploring and get as many collectibles as I could before opening up this new can of worms down here. Which means I get the opportunity to hunt for more bananas with our upgraded sonar. Like this one, and this one, and this one. Huh. A banana! Alright, Lagoon Layer challenge time. This game really keeps throwing things at us. This is the first opportunity the game gets to show off this neat ceiling climbing ability. All we gotta do is navigate this obstacle course and we collect our first of 3 bananas in this level. So this game was made by the same team that made Mario Odyssey, and if I know anything about bonus levels in Mario Odyssey, there's bound to be some secrets nearby. So I better keep my eyes peeled. Get it? Banana! What is wrong with me? Like here, I used a whole freaking bomb just to pop a bubble, but I ended up getting a new kind of fossil. An Anomalocaris. Okay, yeah, that's easy to say. These are another type of collectible, a super rare fossil versus the common ones that we've been collecting, and it looks like there are 10 in this level. Good to know. Feels like this game just keeps rewarding me for violence, and a part of me has a problem with perpetuating this cycle of... Sure, I'll upgrade my punch power, why not? After some more smashing and collecting, we stumbled upon the next area, Orangahang Highway. And what's this? Oh, a banana? Don't mind if I do. You know, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, right, the water shortage. You know, that does sound important, but first, I'm gonna check out this golden hole. Hot mama, look at all that gold. Yeah, so there are these like golden hole bonus stages, which are just a free-for-all where you smash as much gold as you can. Yeah, I'm here for it. Okay, we'll get back to the story. Pillars like that won't stand a chance against some boom bombs. Say less. Ugh. All right, progress is being made on that water supply. This isn't so bad, I guess. All right, that's enough story progression for now. Let's hop into another mini level. And done. After some more trauma dumping about the water from the local monkeys, I found found this funky looking guy. What's up, buddy? His name is Lil Elevator and he likes the way we sing. So he says he's gonna help us travel through the levels faster. How, you ask? Teleporting? All right, that's kind of cute. I have to give it to him. Splish splash. Oh my God. Yeah, maybe we don't need to teleport for a while. Ooh, hey, looks like we finally found the style shop. Here's the thing. Unlike Mario Odyssey, the different outfits you can unlock in this game are more than just aesthetics. These can actually alter your skills like swimming and can even be upgraded by using fossils and other collectibles. Plus, so fresh, Lord have mercy, my God. Anyway, after a bunch more banana hunting, I finally found myself at the Elder Court. Here, I'm able to break the last pillar to unplug the water pipes and save the lagoon. Yeah. You're welcome. You know, here I was thinking that I was the alpha because I was the biggest monkey I'd seen so far, but just look at how big this dude is. That's crazy. Indeed, you're hearing the words of the mighty Kong that sits before you. I was once the best junk and scrap salvager in the whole underground. Now I watch over the others and keep them grooving as an aspiring DJ. Holy swag! He says he likes our sound and encourages us to perform in his Bananza. But learning a Bananza requires just one thing, an ancient record. Lost to time and buried in myth. It could take years to uncover its location. Oh, it's literally just right over there. Okay, just gotta be really careful here. This record is super ancient and precious and... Okay, it responds, thank God. You know, I'm beginning to question just how valuable this thing really is. Regardless, I yoinked it out of the ground, brought it back to the Elder, and we give her a spin, and suddenly, we're transported to the club. As soon as I start getting into it, Odd Rock shatters. Oh my God! What the? So, this is Pauline. She came from the rock and everyone is expecting her to sing for some reason. But you see, she's a little nervous, which makes DK so furious he beats his own chest so hard he goes Super Saiyan, which in this game is called Kong Bananza. Turns out that's all we had to do to get Pauline to sing. And why I didn't think of that sooner? Who knows? Not only does Bananza form let us go on a rampage fueled by primitive rage, but it also really highlights the juicy cake that Donkey Kong has brought to the function. Suddenly I'm beginning to understand why this game cost me $70. We wake up, hungover, and now we're stuck with somebody's kid who we gotta bring back to the surface. Elder Kong lets us know that in order to get to the surface, we have to dive deeper. Makes sense, I guess. All the way to the planet core. Okay, time for you to cast off and make your wishes come true. Just head through that door there. Oh, well, there go my weekend plans of sparking up and eating bananas. Come on, kid, let's go. There's a fossil. Shut up. I definitely preferred her as a rock, but we have no choice in the matter, so this is what it is now. As we all just saw, we didn't just unlock Pauline, we also unlocked the Kong Bananza. Basically, when you activate the Kong Bananza, you can rip through enemies, traverse the land, and tear apart the earth at a way faster rate. I understand the Bananza. This is a game changer for sure. Since I'm trying to 100% this game, I'd like to avoid leaving the Lagoon Layer until I've gotten all the collectibles. So I decided to head back to do a bit more exploring, find more fossils, and of course... Alright, I'm fully enjoying this game now. During this exploration, I found none other than the Cranky Kong himself, and I was absolutely starstruck. Is that Cranky? Cranky! He rambles on for a long time, but when he's finished, he thanks us for listening with a banana. Banana! At this point in time, I've been searching this area for hours. We still don't have everything here, but I'm thinking we put a pin in things and come back later. So I bonanza'd myself through the concrete wall and beat the life out of everyone minding their own business behind it. And in my chest-thumping episode of Primal Justice, I happened upon a disc. These are another collectible in the game that basically just unlocks more music we can jam to at our hideouts. You get these from defeating enemies, and seeing as we're multiple hours in and just got our first one, I'm a little worried that this might be another big grind. But enough of that, I've just unlocked the hole to the next layer of our adventure. Bye! Here we are in Sublayer 102, where Pauline delivers some very important information.
You love bananas, DK.
Thanks, Pauline. I forced myself into the next sub-level where I saw there are 3 hidden bananas. The goal is simple here. Pop 5 balloons. This is crazy. From here, I traversed the new sub-layer until I found the 3 baddies that turned Pauline into a rock. Who is this little dude? He got the grills in. Kind of got that shit on. Unfortunately, it seems we've got a terminal case of Shortman Syndrome from the president of Voidco, which is the most powerful mining organization on the planet. They're on their way to the planet core because, you know, they're bad guys, and we're left having to deal with the henchman Grumpy Kong for the first time. His plan is to drop down a bunch of these little squid-like face suckers that have been freaking me out this entire game. They're weak on their own, but they start to clump together to form what can only be referred to as Peekabruiser, the first real boss of the game. Unfortunately for this big monster, not a whole lot of strategy is needed to beat it. We basically just activate Bananza and go hog wild on the thing with our bare knuckles. Pretty easy, I'll be honest. Okay, now we're moving on for real this time. After falling through a gigantic, super wide, super long tunnel, Pauline and I landed in the Hilltop Layer. I gotta say, I'm really looking forward to a brand new vibe after spending so long in the lagoon. And of course, there are a massive bunch of bananas to find right off the bat. We get a skill point here, but I'm holding off for now and focusing on fully upgrading our sonar so that we can find the collectibles as fast as possible. Looking around this new world, I see a lot of little crystal guys that don't seem to realize what a guy like me does to anything remotely geology coded. It's our privilege to welcome you to Fractone Village. Oh my god, I killed him. So these little guys are called Fractones, and they've got a super chill little village with shops we can come back to. There's even a shop where I can exchange coins for bananas. And this is where it seems like all that collecting is gonna start to pay off, baby. While he's able to trade a seemingly endless banana supply, it only counts as 1 for completion's sake on the list of 777 bananas in this game, so best not spend all my coins here. There's also the style shop, which, you know, we already went to one of those. And finally, the last shop here is brilliantly named the Stuff Shop, where they sell, well, stuff. Most notably, a Bananadium gem map, which reveals the location of one hidden Banandium gem at Randium. So if you can't find all the bananas, you can just go to the Stuff Shop and spend a bunch of gold finding maps to the bananas, and this will be very useful later on, so we'll be coming back here. But for now, we'll try our luck with the low-hanging bananas scattered about the map. I started off the run here by cracking open a couple of the locals and singing our way into the first Hilltop Layer battle challenge. Ooh, Pauline, sing it, girl. Whoa! This is basically a maze that doesn't require any thinking, just fists. And luckily, I brought 2 of them. Oh, yeah. And with that, we finally got enough skill points to upgrade that sonar to level 3. Now we'll be able to see all the collectibles from wherever we are on the map. Next, I found this world's first challenge course where I scored 3 more bananas. Banana! I talked to another local fragmentone, and if I bring back just 1 of her 3 missing baby fragments, I get a banana. If I return all 3, I get another banana. You didn't need to do all that, you had me at I get a banana. Done and done. I found another fragmentone with another quest for me, and chunks. Oh my god. I killed him! But it's cool, these guys get a guy like me. After being smashed into oblivion, they just kind of respawn. Love that. We are gonna get along pretty well. So I did a little more landscaping of their natural habitat when I accidentally found a hidden guy, finishing the quest without even accepting the quest. But it turns out there are 3 more of these hidden guys to find. Fine. So I just have to dig through all. I guess we just can go mega banana mode. Big banana. Where are they? Go show yourselves! Ah! Okay, we didn't find them. Okay, so after another little tantrum, we found them all and got ourselves another banana. Andy. Then I went ahead and did a little more. Oh my god! Now there's something really, really important that I noticed early on after arriving in Hilltop Layer, but first I needed to collect a certain amount of fossils to actually get it. All right, yeah, we go the royal purple fur. Oh, yes, dude. That's what I'm talking about right there. With that out of my system, I finally went and hit this warp gong that's been calling my name. Oh my god. Who is she? You're the one who sounded my gong? It rang out loud and clear what power you must have. But let me show you my power. Oh, that throat. Jesus. We get swallowed whole by this thing, which isn't as bad as it sounds, or nearly as good as it sounds. The big elevator works like the little one, but we're able to fast travel to entirely different layers now. We've only got 2 unlocked for now, but still, this is pretty helpful. I think I'll stick around here for now, though. We still have way too much ground to cover and a handsome little guy to chat with. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. It's time for Quest Tones with Quiz Tone. I hope you've been paying attention. First question. What do you need before you can buy new fashions at the style shop? Fossils. Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Easy. Next. What did you lose when Void Kong arrived and attacked Ingot Isle? Your neckwear, your helmet, your appetite? What? My appetite. Easy. Oh, not correct. Dang it. What? You literally cannot prove that that's wrong. Last question. What's an unexpected alternate use for the gold bullion you can unearth? I don't want to admit how many times it took me to guess this one right. It's a throwable explosive, but I didn't know that at this point. Whatever, just give me my freaking banana. So I found that rhino again that was with Cranky before, but no matter how many times I slap it, it don't do nothing. Nobody wants to work anymore, man. I swear. I moved on to another challenge course, but this one is a little different. I have to basically snowboard through these spiky vines within the time limit to earn my banana. However, if I beat it with 20 seconds or more on the clock, I get another banana. Oh, a speed run, you say? All right, give me that. After that course, I arrived at a nearby construction site where a massive purple rock has asserted its dominance. The scary part is, neither my fists nor the power of song could do anything to move it. Want to hear a story? Not long ago, this big dirt pile came flying through here. It glowed brightly, then plugged up our sinkhole. Oh no! A clogged sinkhole means none of us can get to the lower layers. After that, this hard purple stuff started glooping all over everything. Even our friends got trapped in it. Jesus. So, I'm off to the summit, where I'll find out how to clear the voided terrain. However, on my way there, I learned about a new mechanic. Construct tone development work in progress. Floating lift platforms are assisting with construction. Watch your heads. If a chunk sticks to the underside of the lift, it might fall and break something. Okay. Sticks to the underside of the lift. Oh, okay, I see. Good to know. Another neat thing I found along the way was the Architect Tone. This is an in-game realtor who will sell you a cozy little spot to make a home. Oh, amazing, my house. And look at how nice my little base is. Isn't that cool? We can heal in the bed, change our look in the closet, and listen to the discs that we've been finding with the record player. No, I don't want that. All right, back to the task at hand. We sang to the Voidco Rock, which scored us a gig to sing in front of the whole village. But Pauline is getting cold feet.
Oh, no. You can't just volunteer me for that DK. No way.
I swear to God, if you ruin this opportunity for me, Pauline, oh my God. Okay, so we won't take the gig, but I did head back to try out that floating platform mechanic, and in doing so, I brought Cranky Kong down from the heavens. The old fart forgot about our last conversation and started rambling on to me with the exact same monologue as before. Then, like last time, he paid me with a banana. Anyway, we went back to the village square where... Are you looking to dive further down? Yeah, sure. I hate to ask since you've already been such a big help, but could we probably expedite the process for a small fee? Demolition like this would usually cost $9,999. You're seriously gonna make me pay to move on? After I cleared all the void terrain out of the way, you are so lucky that I am so wealthy, okay? That's nothing to me. So, down the rabbit hole we go to the next sub-layer. It was here where I found one of the coolest bits of fan service this game has to offer. Oh, man. Oh! Look at this! We got a classic side-scrolling DK level. But in Bonanza mode. Wait, this is sick. With destructible environment? How cool. It's a classic side-scrolling level that is reminiscent of the classic Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo. And of course, anyone who has played the original game would know to immediately turn around and get the secret in DK's house. And yeah, I definitely knew that instantly. Big DK guy over here. Call me old-fashioned, but this really makes me yearn for simpler times where Donkey Kong made sense. Back when it wasn't about punching away your problems, it was just about a Kong and his unwavering love of of bananas. Anyway, I unplugged the sinkhole leading to the next layer, and since I'm trying to overcome my obsession with getting 100% of things before moving on, I dove right in. And so we landed in the canyon layer, which is a Western-themed world. While I enjoy the variety and locations, this marks the point in my first stream where I began to legitimately lose my marbles. Also, if you like this video, you can watch me live. I stream on YouTube and also on Twitch, Quingeman_TV on Twitch, and live on this channel on YouTube. I don't know if it was like me trying to go after 100% of the fossils or if it's just the flow of the game at this point, but this layer ended up being just so much digging. I got so lost a bunch of times here, and I don't know, man, there was something that just didn't compute with me in this layer. It made me start to question, how am I gonna do this? Am I really going to 100% this game? There's just like so many things. But I made a commitment and I'm gonna do it even if I lose my freaking mind in the process. So I ran around this world for hours looking for fossils, bananas, and whatever else I could get my grubby little hands on, but my dumb monkey brain kept getting lost. This area is like all desert and it all looks the same, and I was having some trouble remembering where I had and had not been.
Where even are we? I need to look. This is a way less friendly layer than the last one.
Oh! A minecart! Nice! Okay, woo! So I made it to the village where the music begins to kick in, and suddenly the layer is opening up a lot more. But to be honest, I didn't really look at it. I just started smashing things. I tore this place up, but honestly, I'm beginning to get stressed out by the sheer size of this map. This game is pretty overwhelming with just how much freedom and terrain there is to explore. On top of that, the surface alone isn't even half of what there is to see. A part of me started to wonder if there was such a thing as too much freedom in an open world game like this.
Oh my god, dude. All right, now I'll be able to say with the utmost confidence, I 100%ed Donkey Kong Bananza. It was a mistake. Like, I'm gonna be able to make that the title of the YouTube video.
I feel like I might be overthinking things. I need to take a break to help me get back into a simpler monkey brain. Hang on. Okay, after that and a little retail therapy, we put on a brand new fit and take a quick nap. And with a fresh new perspective on things, I tried to head into a bonus level, but once again, I got hustled into paying for entry. On the bright side, this is a new kind of sub-level we haven't seen yet. It's called City Smash, and the idea is to go full-on Wreck-It Ralph and crush this residential building into rubble. This is what Donkey Kong is all about. After completely crunching this level, we're given the opportunity to try again.
Good one, well done. Finish with 20 or more on the clock and I'll get you another banana from our stock. Perfect. Thanks, of course.
And honestly, I have so much rage built up inside of me at this point, it would be irresponsible for me to not give this a shot. Ah! Whew, okay, that feels pretty good. Here's the thing, this world stressed me out. So before moving on, I want to backtrack a little bit to the previous layers to make sure I don't need to come back later. Hit it! And we're back.
Entrance to the Bananadium refinery atop Big Stretch Peak. Okay, cool.
So it looks like it's now our job to head to Big Stretch Peak to put a stop to the Voidco monkeys. I rode the minecart all the way up to the peak, did a quick challenge course, grabbing all 3 bananas, of course, and before progressing, I went and did my completionist duties for some more.
This game might give me brain damage. I'm not entirely certain.
Before I can completely crash out, I'm interrupted by Grumpy Kong, who is ready for a rematch. Our second fight with Grumpy Kong has us targeting his weaker lower half in order to knock him over. So we channel Billy Zabka and sweep the legs until he's vulnerable enough for us to punch straight into his torso, then pound his head until he explodes.
Go on, take what's yours. All right, give me the banana. Banana, oh.
So he doesn't give us a banana. Instead, we get some dumb key that allows us to progress to the next world. Fine, dude. Fine. I went and did a little more digging simulator, which of course led to banana simulator, which then led us to upgrading more skill points. Highlighting this one in particular because we unlocked the spin jump ability. I don't know how great it'll fare for the collecting aspect of the game, but it'll certainly come in handy for the platforming portions. Speaking of the platforming portions, our next challenge course has us straight up spelunking through the dirt to find our way to the other side. Yeah, This was frustrating, to say the least. This game tends to get a bit janky when it comes to navigating smaller enclosed areas, which, pardon me if this is out of pocket, but this is maybe something you should really consider when you're making a game about mining in tunnels with your fists.
DK in the sneaky underground maze. Full of sand that nobody likes.
Nonetheless, we emerge victorious, and we are now 3 bananas closer to reaching spiritual enlightenment. After that claustrophobic nightmare, I went around doing my banana thing. Then I found another local who lost their kids. Oh, where could they possibly be? Oh, would you look at that? They're right next to you.
Come on, kids, let's go. What? You can't? What? Okay, I have to drain this swamp.
There's always a catch, isn't there? Looks like I have to drain the swamp to...
Oh, look at all those fossils, dude. Let's go.
Okay, whatever. F them kids. While I'm at it...
Oh, yeah. Let me in there. Banana.
I finally made it down to the next sub-layer where everything seems to be chill.
Brute broke into our refinery and monkeyed with the mixer. If the mixer keeps spinning like that, it's gonna explode. All right, well, we gotta defeat the mad mixer, I guess.
It's honestly remarkable how dependent this entire world is on us. I guess that's the price you pay for being a protagonist.
Oops. I'm dead.
We'll just move on.
Can also aim with motion controls? Oh, goody. What the? Oh, mega fossil.
You know, I think I'm really beginning to enjoy 100%ing this game.
There's so much stuff to collect in this game. Why did I decide this was the game I was gonna 100%? Oh my god, dude. I'm going insane.
I somehow found myself in a laser maze because why not? And I had to pull out some major gamer moves to get out.
Use the iframes again. We get through. No challenge.
No! Whatever, man. My job is hard. You try playing Donkey Kong for 8 hours straight. You couldn't do it, okay? I'm braver than the Marines for this. All right, whatever. Our next boss battle is a doozy. We're limited to the movement of the minecart, so we gotta think really strategically here.
I'm just spamming. You're dead, kid.
All right, and just like that, give me them nanners, baby.
That's a good point. I do kind of need a break, huh, Pauline?
Pauline is really looking out for my mental health here. Thanks, girl. All right, real quick. Here's a little quinspirational thought for you. No, I didn't come up with that. Yes, it's a thing that people say. When you find yourself in times like these, where you think you just want to give up, I challenge you to think deeply and ask yourself the difficult questions to get a grasp of what it is that truly matters to you.
What's better, banana or fossils? Fossils. But banana pretty good.
Speaking of banana, there's literally a golden tree that you feed gold to, and as you feed it gold, it becomes an even bigger gold tree. So big, in fact, that it produces 3 bananas for us to indulge in. But only 3 no matter how hard you hit it. That's the limit. Oh, can't eat anymore, huh? You're too full? You're too full, big tree? So we moved on, and after scaling the side of a giant smokestack, I finally reached the top, punched a hole in the big chimney, jumped down, and unlocked the next major progression in the story that we've had in a while. With caution thrown to the wind, I jumped head first down the chimney where...
Big boss incoming. Oh my god, what is this big boy? Stompin' clomper? Stompin' clomper? I won't get squished, Pauline. Every boss is about just punching them and then breaking them open and then punching their brain.
Stomp and Clomper goes down easy enough. That's a quick victory for us, and now there's only one thing left to do. We have to go deeper. The next layer is simply called the Divide, and the vibe here is, honestly, kind of nice. As soon as I started complaining about the repetitive mechanics, the game throws a monkey wrench in my argument and gives us a new thing to play with. This level is filled with goo that transports from one place to another whenever you hit it.
What is this? Oh, we've got a new mechanic. The goo is here, then it's there. Strange, strange. Watch the switcheroo, goo will rearrange. Okay, great. Bye.
I explored this area pretty thoroughly, and there aren't too many bananas here, so we can skip over the details. The important thing to know about the Divide is that it's actually the first hub layer in the game.
Take one of the branching paths? Oh, whoa. One is... Wait, where do we go? Do we go to the frost or do we go to the jungle?
For the sake of wanting a drastically different landscape than the one I just spent several hours punching, I opted for the snowy trail, but hopefully we'll be able to come back and explore that jungle area too. But before we go...
Wait, let's just double check that we got all the banarnars from there. Wait, there's so many that I didn't get. Where are they? What?
Okay, for real this time, Frozen World, here we come. Once we arrived in the freezer layer, we're quickly greeted by the zebra from Madagascar.
What's the guy from Madagascar's name? What actor plays this? Is this Jerry Seinfeld from Madagascar?
Who tells us that climate change has done a number on their tourism and frozen treat sales. Rough. He asked us to cross the crumbly bridge to see what the deal is, and honestly, I'm not even gonna question anything anymore. After doing some looking around, my brain became too fried to function. And so I decided to hop off the stream before I do something I regret and pick things up bright and early the next morning. Day 2 of Donkey Kong, and I'm ready to continue my mission with a fresh head.
Oh my god. Holy mackerel.
And it looks like our next goal is to locate the Elder. But you know, we're not gonna do that just yet. We've got snow to punch and bananas to munch.
And fossils to funch?
I then dove down into the next sub-layer where I found myself in a drastically different environment than before. Thankfully, there are more than enough bananas to sustain me in the new terrain.
2, 3, you have to just damage boost through it. Like that's not the intended way you're supposed to do it.
So as it would turn out, this lava is actually molten chocolate, and it seems like we're in the middle of some weird ice cream situation, but in order to get to the Elder, we need to get to the Cantor Creamery. All we gotta do to get there is climb the molten choco waterfall. Sounds deadly. But of course, DK finds a way by chucking ice at the waterfall to clear space for a climbable wall because it's science. All right, look it up.
Nice.
We arrived at the Cantor Creamery and immediately started tearing it apart.
I hate all of your stupid ice cream. I hate you stupid zebras.
At this point, I finally met up with the Zebra Elder, and much like the other Elder in this universe, he used to be a DJ as well. Is this what happens to retired DJs? They're worshipped as elder figures to their respective kingdoms? I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty freaking rad. Anyway, this guy wants to teach me the Zebra Bananza, but the Voidco monkeys stole all their bananas and broke their ancient record into pieces.
Whoa, who would do such a thing?
But fortunately, if we can find the 3 ancient record pieces and bring them back, we're big chillin'.
Huge piece of a record. Let's go. Whoops. I just punched it into the lava. Okay. All right, so I have to pick it up and carry it back. All right. Oh, you can just surf on it. Oh, perfect. This beautiful ancient artifact. Let's just go ahead and surf on it on the ground. You know that thing that like grinds rocks to dust? And that like will destroy stuff really fast. Let's go ahead and do that with this ancient artifact. What do you say?
All right, first piece done, second piece, and now it is zebra time.
Stream.
Bonanza!
After a quick trip back to the club, we lay down a funky beat and Pauline yells. Thus unlocking the Zebra Bananza.
Oh my God. Jesus, holy furry fantasy. Look at this guy.
It works kind of like Kong Bananza, but instead of the increased smashing capabilities, we have drastically increased speed and are unbothered by any terrain. We can run on basically anything with this, even water.
Dash over water?
But sadly, it can't do everything.
Can I hit the gritty? Look at the dumpy on this sucker.
Still, this is huge. Now we can cross any crumbling floors without falling through. Next disaster on the agenda, someone is blocking the airflow inside of the cooling tower that keeps the ice cream cold, or I don't really know. This is tough to follow. Anyway, we need to find them and presumably punch them because that's how this game has worked so far. On our way up, I popped into the Zebra Bananza pop party, which was a fun way to get familiar with our new ability and score a couple of bananas in the process. After grabbing everything inside, I made my way up the cooling tower.
How is this zebra climbing this rope?
Where we encountered our first boss fight against Poppy Kong.
She could ruin my life if she wanted to.
And to her credit, she tried. Unfortunately, it's not beyond DK to beat a woman with his raw fists. After all, Donkey Kong loves bananas. Diddy may not be the only one facing allegations here in a little bit. You didn't hear that from me though. Soon, Poppy Kong runs out of perfume, so we call the battle off for now, and she gives me the key to the cooling tower interior.
Wait, why is this guy's down here? You could have just pulled the chain the whole time, bro. What do you mean? Oh, okay, there's molten chocolate down at the bottom, and it's blocking the way to the lower tower, of course. Yeah, that's, I see now.
So after digging a little tube for the ice to fall into, we clear up the lava, claim a banana, and break the clog in the cooling system.
Construction complete. It's that easy, friends.
But our work here isn't quite done as we dive down another layer deeper to a full-on lava section of the map. We traverse across the molten terrain to locate the heat source on the other side. Once we get there, we dive straight down into the compressor where a roly-poly dude called Inflamonite tries to kill us.
Oh my god. What? How is there such a deep hole right here? What? What? Let me out! Oh, okay, good. It just fell right on it. All right, we crushed it. What the hell is that thing?
Yeah, we fell for the old Inflamonite fake out. It's the oldest trick in the book. I know, my bad. This is probably our most challenging boss fight yet. But if you think we're gonna roll over and die, you must be new here, buddy.
Get over here. Boom!
We unlock the next layer to progress the story and drop down to layer 700. But for the sake of completion, I decided to backtrack a bit and check out the forest path we opted out of before the freezer layer. Okay, new layer, new me. Looks like this world is completely overrun with poison and is primarily inhabited by ostriches who work in the hospitality industry. And that is a sentence I didn't think I'd say today. There's also a neat new gimmick in this level that has us throwing seeds at targets, which then bloom into tree bridges that we can cross. And of course, we're tasked with a mission to find this world's elder. If it's anything like the last world, we might be looking at some type of ostrich bonanza unlock here. I don't know what that might entail, but in order to find out, we need to check out the massive eggshell hotel at the center of the map. Of course, we can't just head straight there. First, I gotta hit you with a little banana.
Let us guess, you're looking for the eggshell hotel. Boy, am I. If so, you should head to Bellhop Burb. That's where the hotel staff hangs out. All right.
I tried to make it there right away, but it didn't take long to distract me. I really like these side-scrolling levels. They're scattered throughout the game, and each of them play music from the original Donkey Kong Country games, which fills me with a tiny little bit of nostalgia. And much like the original Donkey Kong Country games, they know how to activate my primal gamer rage.
Oh my god, what the? That's crazy, dude.
Well, I made it to Bellhop Burb.
Whoops, she says, as we destroy these people's homes. Ah ha 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 ha. So funny. It's so funny to smash people's houses. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that's funny to you, Pauline? That's funny?
Yeah, I don't think they want us back at Bellhop Burb. Anyway, we traversed up the winding tree path, taking the main entrance to the hotel, which involved us shooting out of a barrel through some expensive-looking stained glass windows into the main lobby of the Eggshell Hotel.
Oh, big mama ostrich, huh?
Same deal as before, their ancient record was destroyed and we gotta collect the pieces. Thankfully, there are only 2 pieces to collect this time. The first one was easy, but to get to the second piece, we had to dig in the garden for quite some time. Sometimes I wonder how important these ancient records could possibly be if they just bury them in random places like this. There you go, Bonanza time.
Oh my god, that's me. This game literally is just a furry fever dream.
Ostrich Bonanza is at our disposal, and with it comes the power of flight. Odd choice of animal for flight. Wait, can ostriches even fly? Hold on. No, they cannot. Okay, I guess this is like Donkey Kong lore or something. At this point, we're immediately able to access the next sub-layer, the Moss Plume Marsh. Here, we're told that the poison situation is, wait for it, bad. So it's up to us to make the plants that spout said poison go away indefinitely. Through the power of mindless smashing, we agree to save the day. Again. To be honest, this is what the majority of this game is. Sure, there's some fun new mechanics that pop up to mix things up, but the game really just boils down to dig and punch to win. So we drain the poison lake, and after a little more banana, we're able to dive down a couple more sub-layers until...
Uh-oh. Oh, God. Dang, this is what in the Legend of Zelda is that?
Yep, you all guessed it. It's none other than good old Abracadabra from high school. And he remembers what we did to him. Thankfully, these boss fights are nothing to call home about, and we quickly made soup out of Abracadabra.
Yeah! We did it. Hey. Hey. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, hey, oh, hey. Let's go.
So we head down the tube to the next sub-layer, the Junction, where our immediate task becomes chasing down Void Kong.
Mr. President, we need fuel. we don't go back and get the whatever. Silence!
Grumpy, get this thing moving.
Busy, I'll deal with you later. Oh, I cannot wait to punch that guy in the head.
And just like that, he's off.
Heard that shouty fellow was say he was going to the Hilltop Layer. All right, Hilltop Layer it is.
We teleport back to the Hilltop Layer where it's on site. We're thrust into a battle with a really complex mechanic. See, we punch him over there, but then he goes over there. So we go punch him over there. You get the point. We punch him down to about half health, but then he just dips out to another layer. You heard me right. Another layer. He could just teleport. Now we gotta continue the fight at Lagoon Layer. This is where I feel like they're trying to like pad the run time of this game or something. I don't know what this is. This fight feels really out of place. We get micro doses of the Void Kong fight, which are already dumb easy. Then we have to travel to a completely different layer for another micro dose of combat. Anyway, after a few rounds of this, we're back where we started at the Junction, and Void Kong is still somehow surprised to see us. I'm not buying it, bro.
You're dead, son. I'm gonna crush you under my boot real quick, little monkey man.
The little weasel pulled a fast one on us and blasted us with a deafening sound wave before slowly sinking away.
You did it, DK. You killed him.
All right, well, bottoms up. Oh my God.
Well, this is certainly a change of scenery. Looks like our next destination is the resort layer. This is a beautiful tropical layer with massive fruits as far as the eye can see. But I'm only here for one fruit, and I think you know which one I'm talking about. I'm loving the design of this world. The sand, the music. Beautiful. The main new mechanic of this world is this new type of material that when picked up, shoots you up into the air for a little bit.
What the? That's sick. This, combined with the bird, is insane mobility.
Also, these little shark-looking guys that create a rainbow bridge when you punch them. I was doing a little bit more banana hunting when I came across this cool mini mission. Basically, you gotta approach these rock guys that may or may not turn into an arrow. And if they do, you gotta follow them to locate the treasure. And by treasure, I mean... Honestly, it's a bit of a shame that this is one of the shorter layers in the game because I really would love to spend some more time here. But after digging up most of the beautiful natural landscape, I used the new world mechanics to traverse to the top of the map where we unlock the sinkhole to the next layer. Wow, okay, so from the sunshine and fruits to the dark pits of despair. Tempest Layer looks like how I'm feeling in my soul after grinding this game to 100% over the past few days. Anyway, the first thing I noticed off the bat are the insane weather conditions. Oh, Elder, you say? You know what that means? There's a bonanza afoot. I, of course, did some collecting on my way over to the Elder, but once we get there, we're given the usual conundrum. Oh, the ancient record. Yeah, I know. Just point me in the right direction.
Reveal yourself. Who's this funky nunk? Oh my God. Oh my God. Bat, elephant, sinister bluster wing. Okay.
So the sinister bluster wing charges forth with all its might, its enthusiasm, and done. Or so I thought. He's taking the coward's way out and trying to escape. Get back here. So I followed him down to the next sublayer where it is straight up raining fire from the sky. Nice. But before we move on, one of the local elephants gives us a tip to use a big chunk of rock to protect us from the rain like an umbrella. So smart! I can also use it to zip line on these shiny ropes, which is kind of hilarious. Oh, and also the record, I found the first piece. Now to find the second.
All right, where is the piece? Oh, it's up there. Oh, geez. There it is, sitting right there in plain sight. Get that fragment? I'm saying, dog. I'm going. I'm doing my best. Don't kill me. Okay, we're good.
What? Nevertheless, we retrieved the piece and...
Holy... Oh, it's the suck to a power.
Okay, all right. I'm locking it in right now. This is the best bonanza in the game. The elephant bonanza lets us just suck things up. Imagine how much easier mining for stuff is gonna be when you can just suck up massive swaths of terrain. It's unbelievable. It's so fast compared to everything else we've been doing. I've wasted so much time digging up to this point.
This thing is just a literal weapon of mass destruction.
As you can imagine, this layer was no match for me. Though I did struggle in some areas.
Dear God, this is horrifying. This is the most horrifying, stressful level that we've played yet.
Eventually, I made it out of there and found ourselves face to face with...
Ah!
Oh yeah, Sinister Blusterwing. I forgot about you. How you been, brother? Just kidding, don't care. Ah!
I'm gonna punch him right in the face. I'm gonna punch him right in the face. You wait till I get down there. I'm gonna punch you right in your face. Let's go!
With that guy out of our way, we dove down another layer deeper until we reached the Landfill Layer.
Reach the bottom of the pit, you say? Sounds like a job for some sucking. Is this just like a free dig level? Oh, God, dude. I don't want to play a free dig level.
As you can see, there's a lot of dirt, which means a lot of digging. This game can sometimes feel like a digging simulator in a monkey suit.
It's kind of cathartic in a way. It's like not trying to be anything that it's not, at least, you know? Like the other levels were trying to act like they were all like fancy and like platformy and stuff, but you could just cheese them because you can dig everywhere. This one is just like, yeah, it's just a big hole full of crap. It's literally called the landfill level.
However, I will give credit where it's due. I quite like the little town in this layer.
Let me build a house here too. I love it here so much. And this village made of trash.
Long story short, we did all we needed to do here. Got some bananas, fossils, sucked up a bunch of garbage with our elephant bonanza, and violated the rules of Minecraft by digging straight down.
What's up, Grumpy? About time you showed up. Let's get to work. Oh, it's this guy again? We already fought this guy. Bro.
Pika Bruiser? Really? We're already reusing bosses in this game? What? Boom! Get him out of here. I won't waste any more time. Let's get right into the next layer.
The racing layer? Diddy Kong Racing?
We talked to one of the local monkeys who mentioned the Ramby Rumble. Excuse me? Naturally, I had to go check out what this Ramby Rumble you are referring to is. I wasted very little time and beelined over there where...
Oh, Diddy! It's Diddy! Did you do it, Diddy? Did you do it? That's hype.
That's right, Diddy and Dixie confirmed. I knew they wouldn't gatekeep these guys from us. Oh, I love them so much. So this world is smaller than usual, which after the last world is refreshing. Only 9 bananas to collect here and no fossils. The main appeal of this world is that we get to race against Diddy and Dixie. So we get ready to ride on Ramby the Rhino and rev up for the Ramby Rumble, which is radical. Honestly, this is a great change of pace at this point in the game. I've talked a lot of smack, but the game knows when to shake things up when things start feeling stale. We claim our victory and are blasted to the top of this massive golden trophy as our reward. And you know what we do with gold? Say it with me. Ooh! All right, we're done here. Bye. The next layer down is the Radiance Layer. Another darker level, which is fine because the inhabitants are these little snake dudes who wear funny little sweaters, and I love them. Not even 2 minutes into this level, I found the key to the next layer being held by some random enemy.
That's the layer. We're done.
Just kidding, there's more. You know we have to talk to the Snake Elder, because I feel like at this point I deserve snake powers. This layer is also home to these creepy little scorpion guys who are fully immune to my fists as long as they're in the dark. In order to beat them, we have to knock these pillars out that are blocking the light, then lure them in and clobber them while they're exposed to sunlight. But anyway, back to the task at hand. We go through the usual song and dance, returning all 4 pieces of the ancient record to the Snake Elder from his 4 different art installations in which he had hid said pieces of said record. Snake Bonanza time!
Ooh, let's see it. Let us see it.
DK, I'll give you a beat.
Oh, Pauline's so confident now. Look at her hitting the little snap. Like she's straight up out of Odyssey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. He's a big boy.
We get to roleplay as an absolutely yoked snake with arms that can do a little spring bounce. It's no vacuum simulator, but I'll take it, I guess. This ability comes in handy for things like these side-scrolling levels, but I want to know how well we fare in this level's boss battle.
Uh-oh. The evil platform. Oh, Candy Kong. Is that her name? I mean, Poppy Kong.
So Poppy Kong's whole deal now is that she's invisible. Remember what I said about hitting what you can't see? Boom! There we go. Just like that, You're done? All right. Cool. But just when I thought we were done, we end up in sub-layer 1203. Oh, we're still in the Radiance Layer, huh? Well, might as well change up the fit. Looking good as usual, DK. Now that we're looking fresh, I explore essentially everything the sub-layer has to offer. I drop down one layer deeper for Grumpy Kong. Back at it, huh? He builds himself this massive mech-like suit that scares me.
Oh my god. What a move that is.
Thankfully, my new snake abilities make that giant hammer he's so proud of completely irrelevant.
Oh my god. It's literally like you could just jam your face into every boss in this game and just kill him like in 5 seconds. Yeah, that right there is. What the?
No, Pauline! I'm nothing without you!
Damn, I'm really starting to feel like Diddy right now. Thankfully, the guards didn't account for the one thing that I've been known to do up to this point, and that's punch my way through the earth itself. So I Shawshank my way out of the prison, and the quest to find Pauline begins.
Whatever, you don't seem like a bad guy anyway. Pauline!
Whew, good thing these guards are horrible at what they do, huh? In fact, they even gave me a boost up to Pauline's cell. But when I got there, there was no Pauline in sight. Nope, instead it was Poppy Kong, locked up because she tried to quit her job at Voidco. I feel like this part is maybe some kind of symbolism about capitalism and the shackles that it places upon the proletariat, but I paid $75 for this thing, so I'm gonna ignore it, thank you very much. Anyway, I helped bust Poppy Kong out of jail and found myself in the Groove Layer. Poppy said she asked one of the guards how to get out of here, and the answer she got was the sound turned purple. Yeah, honestly, don't bother with the guards here. They're not fully there. We bust out of this layer when...
Oh my god. What the... Jesus.
It's at this point that we're tasked with building the beat back up for the Groove Layer. There's 3 pieces to the beat. It's the bass, the middle part, which I think is called the rhythm, and then the melody. So we go ahead and unfreeze all of those pieces, and just like that, the music is back for the groovers. And as I go, the little crystal guys start referring to me as DJ. Now, again, they aren't fully there, so they could be trying to say DK, but I'm gonna take it as a compliment. Now that the layer is full of music, I summon the harmonial by breaking it down on the dance floor. Oh, never mind. He's pretty chill. I like that guy. He did, however, swallow Pauline, but he was under the control of Void Kong, so can we really blame him? I don't know. What I do know is we gotta get that kid back. I think she's legally my responsibility now, so we dive headfirst into that tummy. It didn't take too long to find Pauline back in rock form, but I quickly freed her from captivity, and she reverts back to normal. Then we even get to share a sweet little moment together. That's so nice. All right, we're currently falling to our deaths. Okay. Thankfully, we safely land in the Feast Layer, where one of the locals tells us about their famed banana burger. And those might be 2 of my favorite words in the English language. Supposedly, it's a burger that's also a tower. Now this, I gotta see. But first, a mini challenge level. I like this one a lot because it's essentially a destruction simulator that actually has us utilizing all the Bananza powers we've collected so far. And yes, it's very satisfying. And kind of challenging. Alright, back to burger time. What? They halted banana burger production because of all the muck? But what about the banana burger? You know what? No. We were promised banana burger, and that's what we're gonna get. Show me to this muck that you speak of. Looks like we gotta hit 5 burger switches to get rid of the muck. Pauline, hold my tie. And... It took a lot longer than it looked, mainly because I was exploring and getting fossils and stuff, and there were some railcar sections and some challenging puzzles, but it wasn't anything too crazy. This level is pretty straightforward. And now it's burger time, baby. Yep, that's certainly a burger tower. I don't know what else I was expecting, but there's still plenty to do in this world other than... I unlocked this layer's big secret fossil, I unlocked this big Ferris wheel, plus we get to build a house in the burger. The American dream. Well, We've got this big burger here, so I guess there's only one thing left to do. At this point in the game, we got all the bonanzas and everything, and we're just chasing Void Kong down to the center, so I'm gonna hit you with the spark notes for the rest of this level. We traveled down to the various sub-layers, got as many bananas, fossils, and completed as many mini challenges as we could, until we hit the Forbidden Layer. Here, we have to pay these big Securitone guys money in order to be able to travel further.
Unless you pay 2,000. Getting shaken down here by a rock.
But they don't give us any platforms to travel on. Instead, they make us throw stuff in the air, and as you throw stuff in the air, it makes platforms for you. It's honestly pretty cool. I like this layer a lot, and at the end of it, we end up smashing through the gate to get to the final layer, the planet core. Here, we finally find Void Kong and the famed Bananadium root. Oh, it's beautiful. It's stuck in the sand, and all we gotta do is sing to it to make our dreams come true. But Pauline would never sing for a creep like Void Kong.
I will not sing. I would never use my power for a creep like you.
So, we have to deliver a knuckle sandwich to Void Kong's stupid f***ing face, and this is a little bit of a boss battle. We gotta do some platforming, we gotta hop over some attacks, we gotta chase him down. It took me a couple tries, this one's a little bit challenging for a change. We eventually dispatch Void Kong, but unlike his little sidekicks, he's not cool with taking an L, and does something unspeakable.
No!
Oh no, we're stony baloney. Dang it, man. Ugh. What are we gonna do? Oh yeah, looks like we need a little bit of...
World felt so cruel and bleak when the hole looked so dark and deep. Heart is
Oh, not working? Why don't you try raging? So Pauline busts out a Goku-level scream that shatters DK rock form, and just like that, we're back! And you know who else is back? King K mother rule. Ladies and gentlemen, they did it. The true big bad of this game...
Oh no, it was his belly the whole time. I knew it. His little outie was showing.
And we gotta chase him down. Okay, so that wasn't actually the planet core. I was wrong. We gotta go through a whole bunch of different sub-layer obstacles and fight through the Kremlin crew, which are the new set of enemies that K. Rool transformed all those cool golden skeletons into. Turns out they were just DK enemies all along, but remodeled, I guess? Pretty cool. This is a little bit challenging. There's some turf surfing, there's some obstacle courses, there's some battles. We go through the whole gauntlet until we finally reach the true planet core.
Any fossils down here? Please tell me there's no fossils. Oh, there are fossils. Oh, there are fossils.
Okay, after cleaning out the planet core of all of its natural resources and changing up our outfit, we're ready for some action. Bring it on, K Stompin' Clomper, if that is your real name. Bye. Maybe next time. This nostalgia-filled level also has plenty of enemies to defeat, which means that there are a lot of discs that end up spawning. And remember, there are 110 of these in the game that we need to collect in order to complete the 100% run. Earlier on, I was getting very few of these as I played through the game, and I was really worried that it was going to be way more of a grind to get these, but as we got to the more combat-heavy levels, it turned out to be way easier and way more common than I expected, so it shouldn't be too bad for us to get all 110. And as we were traversing our way through, we also came across Cranky Kong, who even followed us all the way down here. It's pretty crazy because he seems pretty old. I'm amazed he was able to just kind of stroll in like that. Whatever, give me my banana, old man. With all the collectibles I could find safely in our possession and the final sub-layer reached, I donkey punched this big metal ball in our way and hopped aboard the last minecart that will take us to the end game.
Dude, look at the dumpy jiggling on the back of this. Nintendo knew exactly what they were doing here. That's literally like, why is this game not rated M?
I approach the mighty king before me as he gazes up at the Bananadium root, which, come to think of it, kind of looks like Galeem from Smash Ultimate's World of Light. Huh. Anyway, we try to stop him before his wish is granted, but it's too late. Much like in World of Light, this happens to us.
My God.
dude. For real though, King K. Rool has used the power of the Bananadium root to turn himself into Giga K. Rool. Then he tells us his evil plan to turn the entire world into an overripe, rotten banana mush, then eat it all until he's full? That's the whole plan? Like, what? Why overripe? You can make it any level of ripeness that you want. Why not just like regular ripeness banana mush that's delicious in its own right? And you eat it and then what? You're just full and there's no world to live? I don't know, man. This just feels like a poorly thought out wish. Anyway, stupid wish aside, it's time for the final boss battle. So this one's a bit tricky. Get this. In order to beat King K. Rool, we have to punch him a bunch. Who would have thunk? And it takes a while. He's pretty resistant to the damage, but eventually we beat him down pretty easily, if I'm gonna be honest. Not too much to this fight, especially after we found out that we could cheese it with the snake and ostrich bonanzas to like jump really high and then glide over his attacks. He wasn't really able to hit us all the way up here and we could just fly over to him and punch him in the face. It was pretty cool. Anyway, after defeating K. Rool, it's finally wish time. We gotta make a smart choice here. If I could have anything in the world, bananas. It's bananas. What else could I possibly want? Oh god, too many bananas. Whoa. Okay, so we got the bad ending where DK and Pauline just kind of die, suffocated by bananas. I guess it is how DK would want to go out. Oh, never mind. That was a fake credit sequence. We're not done quite yet. Every good DK fan knows you never beat King K. Rool on the first try. He will always bounce back. He tries to zap away our rising platform of bananas, but we just throw chunks of more bananas at him until...
Gotcha.
All right, he chased us all the way up to the surface and we arrive at New Donk City. Pauline's home turf. Call back to Mario Odyssey. We love to see it. But King K. Rool isn't quite finished with us yet. He's got his hands on the Bananadium root and now he's changed his wish to, I guess he just wants to own this city. I mean, that's not bad. It's a little more practical than the banana mush wish from before, but now it's even more important that we stop him. Then I'll open my jaws and devour this whole town. Okay, never mind. He still wants to eat the city. What is it with this guy? So it's up to us to make our way through the apocalyptic city, scaling buildings like King Kong and utilizing every bonanza power we know to punch this croc square in the jaw. After another long sequence of punching him and doing very little damage to his health bar, King K. Rool is double defeated and the city is saved. And the world is once again at peace. And Pauline tells us that she plans on making her dreams of being a singer come true.
I'm going to make my greatest dream come true. And that dream is to sing for everyone here. Will you come with me?
And we agree to join her.
Sorry, forget what I said before. You have to make your dreams come true.
Oh, right. We still have to collect all the bananas and fossils and all the other stuff in the game. Joy. Well, back down we go. So after the K. Rool incident, 3 months have passed and we're still back at our crummy mining job we had at the beginning of the game. As if we didn't just save the world, this is the thanks we get. Are you serious, dude? Time to get to work.
Oh my god, SL10 has so many bananas. It has 36 bananas.
I'd love to use our elephant power for this, but we don't have Pauline. So I rang the gong and... Oh, Pauline is back! Oh, the elevator just spit her up for us. Nice! Turns out Pauline landed a gig at City Hall, and she wants to come with us to explore the underground to try to get inspiration for a new song that she's trying to come up with. Because she's totally freaking out and super nervous for this City Hall gig, so she wants to come with new material. Makes sense, right? I mean, yeah, it's all about her again, but I don't know, I'm up for another adventure. So she hops aboard my back once again as we set off to seek inspiration from the elders, but before we leave Ingot Isle, so we breezed through the level, which took me more time than I'm proud to admit, collecting every banana, fossil, and music disc we could find. Then talking to Grumpy Kong, who opened up a new enemy rush mode for us.
Oh, Battle Rush.
Which was way harder than I expected it to be. There were a lot of really tight timings in these fights.
How are you supposed to beat that so fast, dude?
And then once we beat that, he also opened up a boss rush mode for us, which reminded me just how easy all the bosses in this game actually were. And these two construction projects from from Grumpy Kong actually cost us a pretty penny. A lot of our hard-earned gold went into building these, and then once we beat them and got all the bananas out of them, he came back to us with his biggest construction project request to date.
120,000 gold? What?
Yeah, no, we're gonna need to come back to that. So with that layer mostly complete, we head to the Lagoon Layer to talk to the Elder. He tells us the thing we need to do to get inspiration for Pauline's songs are Bananza rehearsals. And all we need to do to get started with the rehearsal is eat at least 300 bananas. And we are way ahead of you, big guy. So far, I've eaten 460 and I'm still hungry. So you can bring on the rehearsal. The Bananza rehearsals act as a way to practice the different skills of that particular transformation. So here, we're clearing waves of enemies with our Kong Bananza strength, and yes, getting like 10 bananas while we're at it. Up to this point, this game has been like 4 out of 10 difficulty, but these rehearsals really cranked it up to the next level. This post-game storyline is legitimately kind of hard, which when I'm this deep in the game on like day 3 of grinding all day, every day to beat it, is a little bit frustrating, but it's really cool to see that they actually increased the difficulty. I respect them for this. Nonetheless, we completed it and earned ourselves a golden skill for our Kong Bananza and a duplicate of the ancient record for Pauline. So after completing that, we suck up a bunch of the layer to find a bunch of maps, which lead us to a bunch of bananas and fossils that we missed on our first time through here. And eventually, we got them all. And nothing really happens. But whatever. And just like that, we've gotten everything there is in the Lagoon Layer. That's it? I guess nobody really asked me to tear apart the landscape and steal all the valuables within it, but, I mean, like, a congratulations would be nice. Whatever. I've had it with this layer. Time to move on back down the way to the Hilltop Layer. Going back into this level, there's no Bananza rehearsal or boss rush. Plus, we've already collected most of the bananas and fossils, so it doesn't take us all that long to finish up here and move on to the next layer. Ugh, Canyon Layer. We meet again. Oh, right. I forgot I just left these kids stranded here. Thank you for your patience, little guys. Let's get you back home to Mom. All right, looks like that's everything in the Canyon Layer, and it also looks like we've already gotten everything from the next layer, which is the Divide, so we're moving on to the Zebra Freezer Layer. And right as I land in the Freezer Layer, I just started sucking up everything to earn us enough gold to buy all the maps that we can get, which will lead us to all the fossils we can collect, as well as all the bananas we can eat. All right, let's get to work. So after collecting dozens of bananas along with this level's mega fossil, it's about time we visit the Elder for our second Bananza rehearsal. This one took me way too long. It's like low-key kind of hard. The zebra doesn't really control in any way that you would expect it to. It like bounces off of stuff. The jumps are weird. You can't stop dashing when you want to. I really don't like this transformation. It's difficult, okay? Maybe it's supposed to be like that, but it was hard for me. We had a lot of deaths on this one, but we learned a lot too along the way. And finally, we finished it and unlocked the Golden Zebra Bananza skill. And once I finished nabbing all the other collectibles in this layer, I went to the style shop to make sure we had bought everything we could possibly get there, then wasted no time moving on to the next layer. As soon as I got back to the forest layer, I went straight to the Elder to get the Bananza rehearsal out of the way. This one's a lot more fun. I like the ostrich transformation. It makes more sense to me. It's a lot easier to navigate. We fly through all the fans, avoid the obstacles, and soar to victory. Well, kinda. We no longer talk about the Forest Layer Bananza rehearsal, but hey, at least the Golden Ostrich Bananza skill is ours. So, back to sucking these bananas, am I right, fellas? Haha. Next, I found an NPC who wants to play hide and seek. 4 of his friends are hiding nearby and we need to... Found him. With all this levels, bananas, and fossils safely in our possession, I went to the style shop and bought the whole frickin' lot. Next layer, please. The Junction was pretty easy. Not a whole lot here except for a couple bananas I missed earlier. So it's off to the resort layer for a little more hide and suck. Once the resort layer was clear, I moved on to the Tempest Layer to do the Bananza rehearsal for the best transformation in the game. This one was fun. It was easy. It was intuitive, just like the Elephant Bananza. Now, with that done, I hold the power of the Golden Elephant Bananza, which makes my suck power transform the environment around it into gold as you suck. It's unbelievable. I'm about to make so much money with this. But buying all the maps to the fossils and the bananas in this layer left me very poor. So I headed back to Ingot Isle to farm as much gold as possible in the boss rush because I felt like I was making a pretty penny doing that earlier. But that wasn't nearly enough to cover the cost of Grumpy Kong's real estate ambition, so it's off to the race layer again, where I unleash the golden suck all over Diddy. This is one of the best places to farm gold in the game. This entire trophy is made out of solid gold, so we do a few suck laps until we get bored and go back to the Tempest Layer to finish getting all the collectibles and suck up as much gold there as possible while I'm at it. After collecting everything in the Tempest Layer, I headed to the next layer, which is the Landfill Layer. Remember, dig simulator? And by digging, I mean sucking. And by sucking, I mean sucking gold. I never thought I'd be so excited to go back to the Landfill Layer. So I Rumpelstiltskined this dirt into gold and dove right into it like Scrooge McDuck. Let it be known I sucked this level completely dry. Every last banana, fossil, whatever. This place was borderline unlivable after I was done sucking. And yet I'm not even halfway to my financial goal. But thankfully, the next layer that we have to head to for completion's sake is the race layer. And thankfully this level is much smaller. There's not too much left for me to collect here, which is great because it gives me more time to focus on. But there are still bananas to be earned by rematching Diddy and Dixie in a race. And this was way harder than you would expect it to be. Like, legitimately difficult. They can use these harps on the track to transform the dirt into mud, which basically slows you to a crawl. And then when you transform the dirt into mud, they're able to just like get out of it right away and go way faster than you the whole time. So you have to clutch it right at the end or else you can't win. It took me more tries to beat this than I would care to admit.
Let's go, baby. We got there. Wow, that was hard.
But eventually we did secure the W, and with the racing layer completed, it was on to the Radiance Layer, where the Snake Bonanza rehearsal awaits, which is our final practice session. Surprisingly, we just had barely enough bananas to qualify for this rehearsal, so this thing must be pretty serious. And here's the thing. I hated this level. I keep getting knocked around by these walls that are just not even walls. Like, what is going on here? It got to the point where I just started climbing up the side of the wall. Not sure if this was the intended way to beat the level, but hey, victory is now ours. Looks like that's all the Bonanza rehearsal we got today. All right, Pauline, let's hear that new song.
Oh, it's still out of reach.
What? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. So Pauline still has writer's block. So you're telling me these rehearsals, they meant nothing to you? All that pain? All that suffering? All those deaths? Okay, I guess. But she does say that she might be able to come up with a new song by heading to the planet core to ask the Banana DM route for inspiration. So we start heading on our way there. But first, there's a lot of layers in between that we need to complete. Oh, and before we leave, at least we got a new outfit for Pauline, which is pretty hype. But there's still more work to be done, so let's head on to the next layer. All right, back to the Groove Layer, but thankfully this time we're not in prison. So the first thing I did was rescue all the Groove Tones who were supposed to put a show on for us starting soon, but the Groove Tones can't groove until I fix their speaker, which, get this, is gonna cost us 20,000 gold to fix. Grumpy, dude, you're killing me here. What is up with the extortion? You have any idea how much sucking I'm gonna have to do to get 20K, dude? Oh my God, fine. Wait here. There, happy? Okay, this is pretty cool. I'll give it to you. Okay, so the good news is we're almost all the way done in the Groove Layer. The bad news is we don't have all the fossils, so we can't get the banana from the fossil museum guy yet. And we also need to earn 104,000 more gold to pay off Grumpy Kong's construction fees on Ingot Isle. So we're off to the Feast Layer to grab all the fossils, bananas, and consume a giant hamburger. Excuse me. After consuming as much as humanly possible in the Feast Layer, I discovered that we have a gold mining outfit that we unlocked for Pauline that doubles the amount of gold we earn. This is insane, and I wish that I had known about this sooner. But anyway, next I went back to the Forbidden Layer where I scrounged the last couple bananas and fossils laying around. And that is the 16th layer completed. And now all that's left is the planet core. I've only got a few more bananas to find here, but while I was looking around, I figured out a new method method for farming gold using the Snake Bonanza golden skill, which is totally broken and I love it. One of the last bananas here required us going through a gauntlet of enemies, which we promptly whooped in. Now there's really not that many more bananas to collect. We've got like 5 left. We are so close to 100%. So we get caked up one more time and head towards the true core of the planet where we had the battle with King K. Rool earlier. This is where the inspiration is supposed to come from for the brand new song, but Pauline is still not ready to sing yet.
Wait, don't do that.
Thankfully, the great Harmoniel is here to help, and all he's telling us to do is get in his belly to find the musical inspiration we need. Well, it worked for us last time, so here goes nothing. Down the hatch. Inside the Harmoniel's windpipe, we narrowly avoided its intestines trying to stab us to death, platformed through a few different sections with flaming barrels, and got cheered on by all the elders who congratulated us for completing all of their rehearsals and becoming a really big guy or something. I don't know. And now finally, Pauline knows exactly what to do for her performance at City Hall.
Finally ready. I'm going to sing on stage at City Hall. Grandma will be so proud.
Unfortunately, we straight up don't get to see it. No joke. She just doesn't show us. Whatever, we're not done yet anyway. At this point in time, we've collected and spent every fossil in the game, so I made a quick trip back to the Groove Layer where we can check out our completed museum and claim the fossil banana. I threw myself into another one of those enemy gauntlets from Grumpy Kong where I collected our final few discs, and now there's only one thing left to do. Folks, I'd like you to direct your attention to the top right corner of the screen. Do you see how much gold that is? Oh yes, that is much more than 120,000. You know what that means? We get a golden statue built in our likeness, but best of all, right atop its head is the final banana. Oh yes, say it with me. Banana! That's right, 17 layers, 777 bananas, 696 fossils, 110 music discs, and at 36.5 hours, I have 100% completed Donkey Kong Bananza. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go outside.